Hello children and welcome to your video class. In today's class, we will study about the climatic zones of the earth. So we know our earth is round and our earth is divided by various latitudes, isn't it? So the most important latitude is the equator, this line. Then we have our different latitudes, important latitudes like the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the north. And which else? Yes, the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the south. Now, as you see, all these lines or all these latitudes are dividing our earth into so many parts. These parts are separate temperature zones. Okay? Now see, on the basis of latitude and overall climate pattern, our earth is divided into 3 heat zones. All right. So what are the 3 heat zones? We will come to that. These zones are also called as temperature zones. Okay. All of these zones receive different amount of sunlight because they are at different distance from the equator. We have already read that equator receives the highest amount of sunlight, which is followed by the places which are near to the equator, right? Like equator receives direct sunlight, and these places will receive sunlight from a distance, while the polar regions receive very much indirect sunlight. And depending on the amount of sunlight received by particular places on earth, our climatic zones differ, and we have total 3 heat zones, okay, or 3 climatic zones. You see, the first one is called as torrid zone, and as you see, something is burning by torrid zone. It is because the torrid zone is very hot. So where do we find our torrid zone? Torrid zone lies between equator and 2 tropical lines. That is, this area is the torrid zone. Okay, lies between the two tropical lines. Which are the 2 tropical lines? Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. So this place in between these 2 lines is the torrid zone. Okay. The north part between 0 degree and 23.5 degree north is called North Torrid Zone. So in this picture, as you see, we have our earth, which is divided into 2 halves by the equator. This is equator. And this zone is the torrid zone. The north, this part, that is the part between equator and the Tropic of Cancer, is called North Torrid Zone. And this part, that is the part between equator and the Tropic of Capricorn, is called South Torrid Zone. So we have torrid zone, which is again divided into 2. One is the North Torrid Zone, okay, and another is the South Torrid Zone. Next, the torrid zone receives intense sunlight, that is maximum sunlight. Okay, the sunlight received by torrid zone is very intense. Okay. Throughout the year, torrid zone receives intense sunlight. Even though the torrid zone receives heavy rain, the rate of evaporation is very high. Okay, because it is always receiving very sunlight, very bright sunlight. That is why the water that comes in form of rain gets evaporated. All right. That is why this zone has hot, humid, and wet climate. Okay, hot, humid, and wet climate. All right, with very mild winter. So winter is there, but very mild winter. All right. Now, children, do you know that your state, Andhra Pradesh, lies in the North Torrid Zone? Yes, our state, Andhra Pradesh, lies in the North Torrid Zone because the Tropic of Cancer divides our India into two halves. Let me draw it for you. This is Tropic of Cancer. Our India, if it is located somewhere here, all right, so this is how our India goes. And Tropic of Cancer goes between India. So now see this portion, that is the southern part of India, lies in the northern torrid zone. That's why the climate here is very hot, humid, and wet. And that's why we sweat a lot. And the winter is very mild. Okay? We do not experience much winter in this zone. Next is temperate zone. So as you see in this picture, the temperate zone is this portion, that is temperate zone extends from Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic Circle in the north, which is called as North Temperate Zone. All right, so this is the North Temperate Zone. And temperate zone that extends from Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle in the south is called South Temperate Zone. Okay, children, I may have made a mistake here. Wait, I'm changing it for you right now. So I have written Tropic of Capricorn and I have written 23° N. It will not be N, it will be S, because Tropic of Capricorn lies in the southern hemisphere. All right. So the zone that extends from Tropic of Capricorn to the Antarctic Circle is South Temperate Zone. Okay. And the line, that zone, the lies between Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic Circle is called as the North Temperate Zone. Okay. And as you can see, not in the temperate zone, the climate is mild, and that's why you will see it will be cloudy, it will be very moderate temperature. This climate is dry and cooler than the torrid zone. Okay, so temperate zone are comparatively dry. We do not sweat a lot in the temperate zone. Okay, so you see, we have our India here. Now you will understand better that India lies, the half of India lies in the torrid zone and other half lies in the temperate zone. And that's why those places that lie in the temperate zone, they are drier and cooler than that lying in the torrid zone. There is a great difference between the summer and winter temperatures. Okay. In this zone, during summer, days are long and nights are short. So we have already read about this in our previous chapter, that during the summer, the days are long. So that is called as the summer solstice. And during the winter, nights are long, which is called as the winter solstice. Isn't it? Okay. Now, these changes and the weather also, or the summer and winter temperature are very different. So in the places that lie in the temperate zone, winter is extreme. All right. And summer is very comfortable, very, soothing. And while those places which is in the torrid zone, the summer are extreme. Summer are very dry, very humid. We sweat a lot. But winter is very mild, very nice, very moderate winter. Okay. Next we have frigid zone. So remember frigid from the word fridge. or freeze. So that means frigid zone is the coldest zone. So where does frigid zone lie? Which lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole is called as North Frigid Zone. Now, this is the North Frigid Zone. And the zone which lies between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole is called as South Frigid Zone. So this one is the South Frigid Zone. I hope you all are able to see. This is the South Frigid Zone and this is the North Frigid Zone. So starting from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole. This zone is north. And in the south, starting from the Antarctic Circle to the South Pole. Okay. So this zone receive slanted sunlight. So they do not receive direct sunlight. We have already talked about it so many times. So sunlight while near the equator is like very direct. In this zone, the sunlight is slanted. Okay, they are not straight. This is how sunlight is received. Okay, that is why this zone is very low. This zone receives very low intensity of sunlight. And this zone is extremely cold. So this is one picture from the North Pole. You see there is nothing but ice covered mountain. All right, all nothing but snow. So this zone is called frigid zone. So before you leave the class, say hello to our cute little snowman here. Okay, thank you for being such amazing students. This is what we have for today's class. Let us meet on Sunday. Thank you so much.